what's up and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to be giving a review for the graphic novel Batman the Three Jokers, and this is the version that I have of the graphic novel, which has like the three Jokers on the front. Now I was kind of interested in the story and kind of disappointed when I heard that they was doing something like this, because I always had suspicions too about the Joker himself, because we all know that the Joker never really did have like a true identity. There's like various like origin tales about him being like the Red Hood, he was, and so on, all them kind of things too, but they never really truly knew who his identity, what his identity really was, like what his real name really was. Now this story is written by Jeff Johns. That was another reason why I was kind of interested in checking this on that, because I can get like a good look at his writing. And then you have the art, which is done by Jason Fabok. I think that's how you pronounce it, but I just leave it at that because there are other creators in it too as well. But the premise of this story is, it turns out that there are actually three Jokers, and apparently it has been like three Jokers all this time that Batman has been dealing with. So all these different conflicts that have been going on, it's like Jason Todd being killed, that was like a particular Joker. Barbara getting shot, you know, in the back and so on, that's like a particular Joker. And even other incidents that happened throughout like Batman's life, like the Red Hood and so on. Like the original Red Hood that was supposed Joker, that was like a different Joker too as well. So at times it's kind of hard to distinguish whether or not is this like a S-World type tale, or is it really actually continuing like to happen like within like the current storyline of the Batman comics, because it does seem like it definitely is like connected to Batman the Joker War, because even in this particular tale all the Jokers are in spoiler territory too. I'm going to say it, they actually know that Bruce Wayne is like Batman, so that's kind of interesting that they know that. And they know that Barbara Gordon is Batman, Batgirl, and Jason Todd was like the second Robin, even like the second Robin I think they were saying at one point. And there actually are three different Jokers who have like three different like titles too as well. You have one that's known as the Criminal, and you have one that's known as the Clown, and then you have one that's known as like the Comedian. And there's actually one that actually leads the group. Now I must admit, like the artwork in this particular story is as beautiful. It is awesome. It's very similar to how they did like the Batman the Killing Joke. It even has like each window is like three different windows, and at times there's not even any writing at all. Like Jeff Johns hasn't had any writing there at all. It's just like beautiful artwork, and I thought that was pretty cool. But overall, like I said, it's kind of it's a pretty good read. I enjoyed it, but I'm not too sure if they actually are keeping this. And it does seem like it really is connected to Batman the Joker War. But I thought there were like a lot of cool and awesome like moments in the story. I didn't want to forget nothing. But there are like moments where they touch on the idea that you could tell Gordon, like Commissioner Gordon, knows that Barbara is a Batgirl. Like at times, cause even Bruce said it to Barbara that he believes Gordon knows that she's a Batgirl, and you can tell that Gordon does know that she's actually Batgirl. So I thought moments like that were pretty cool too as well. And it's very violent and graphic too. There were some other things I wanted to talk about too. Oh yeah, I thought it was cool that they actually went back to like the events of like Batman the Killing Joke. Because like the woman that that particular Joker had, and I think that was known as a comedian. Now this is going by the Killing Joke's tale. That actually a woman that he had, she didn't get killed like in like the what it was, like the water heater that exploded. She actually ended up surviving. This is a spoiler alert. In this particular story, she actually ended up surviving and went on and had like a kid and left the country. So right there you can tell that the Joker actually had like a kid with this particular woman that supposedly had died in the Killing Joke, but she turns out that she was still alive. I thought that was kind of awesome how they went back to that particular character and that particular story arc of the Joker. And it still feels like it wasn't really like a conclusion to the actual story, because I want to go into it too much, and that was like a spoiler right there that I later didn't really die. And I thought that was awesome that they went back to that, and that's such like an old story, you know, it's like from the 80s, and they went back and touched on that, so I thought that was pretty cool. But it was still a pretty enjoyable read, and the bulk of the story itself is focused on like Batman, Batgirl, and the Red Hood trying to pursue like these three different Jokers. You know, it turns out that there was like three Jokers, and I always kind of suspected that with the Joker, but we always knew how you can tell who is really the Joker, because like, you know, his skin has bleached white. He can't remove that, so always all along you knew that was really like the real Joker. You know, it wasn't just like painted makeup. That's how you could tell that it was really him. But I thought this particular graphic novel, and it is written by Jeff Johns, Batman the Three Jokers, I thought it was a pretty solid read. It was awesome. The artwork is beautiful in here. I'm giving this a B-. I would definitely recommend reading this. So this is Batman the Three Jokers. Please leave a comment and subscribe too as well.